Observe the maps of Sri Lanka and Belgium. They show the distribution of various ethnic communities in both countries. The majority in Sri Lanka are the Sinhalese, who make up about 74% of the population. The Tamil, the minority, making up 18% of the population. On the other hand, Belgium has two communities. The Dutch-speaking population constitutes 59% and the French-speaking constitutes 40% of the population. The remaining 1% are German-speaking. However, in Brussels, the capital of Belgium, 8% of the population is French and 20% Dutch, even though it lies in the Dutch-speaking region. There was a conflict between the majority and the minority groups in both countries. If the majority were to force their views and opinions on the minority, it could cause a split in the country. Let's see how each of these countries dealt with the problem of ethnic differences. Click the country's map to find out more. After independence in 1948, the democratically elected Sri Lankan government began to adopt policies which would favor the majority, that is, the Sinhalese. Sinhala was declared the official language in 1956. Preference was given to Sinhala applicants for university positions and government jobs. Buddhism was to be fostered and protected by the government according to the new constitution. The Tamil population came to consider these policies as discriminatory, which denied them their rights and ignored their wishes. This feeling of alienation amongst the minority Sri Lankan Tamils made them form organizations demanding a separate independent state called Tamil Eelam. The refusal by the government resulted in an armed conflict, killing many and destroying many lives in both communities. Many families fled the country as refugees. Sri Lanka's excellent record of economic development, education and health turned into social, cultural and economic debacle. To accommodate the interests of the two communities, Belgium amended its constitution 4 times between the years 1970 and 1993 and came up with an innovative model of power sharing. The central government was formed so as to have an equal number of members of both the communities. This reduced conflicts during decision-making. The state governments in both the regions have independent decision-making powers and are not subordinate to the central government. Brussels, the capital city, had equal representation of both the communities. The majority of French-speaking people in Brussels accepted equal representation as the Dutch accepted same in the central government. A third government body was formed called the community government. The representatives in this government are elected by people belonging to that language where they live. This government looks after the cultural, education and language-related issues. Although complicated, this model gave good results, with both the communities living in peace and harmony. This sharing of power model was recognized by the world when Brussels was chosen as headquarters of the European Union. Sri Lanka and Belgium had similar problems. One took the path of confrontation and the other sought compromise and conciliation. If we were to compare the approach taken by the two countries, which country do you think benefited? Belgium, of course. It accommodated the needs and interests of both communities and achieved peace. Whereas the civil war that broke out in Sri Lanka led to bloodshed and disrupted social and economic life. Both countries have democratically elected governments. Belgium realized the importance of uniting people by respecting the interests of both communities. Mutual acceptance and sharing power worked in everyone's favor.